every year there's this big flea market in my hometown of Edegem. It's amazing. It's just awesome.
So we decided to go early, you know, to beat all the resellers to the punch.
Yeah, we were supposed to meet up at 6:30 in the morning. So of course Steve wakes me up with a text at 4 at night.
I figured it was easier to stay up all night.
When we got there, most people were still setting up their spots, so we just decided to, you know, survey the area.
There were no games whatsoever inside. And it wasn't just because of limited visibility, because of the fog.
I felt like such a jerk. I mean, I was the one that convinced Steve to go there. I promised him it would be a big hit. I was sure it would never let me down before. But then again, of course, I never checked for retro games until recently.
So after about an hour and a half of overpriced DS games and some smashed up PS1 and PS2 games, came across this old original Game Boy with about 6 games.
There it was, this big black box. It seemed made for the Game Boy, but it didn't have any of the Nintendo logo on it or anything, so in hindsight, kinda shady, but it looked nice and, well, we were desperate to find anything.
It contained an original Game Boy with the charger and the battery pack, the lens and a light, and about 6 games.
They asked 10 euros and didn't want to back down from that price. To be honest, looking back, not our best purchase, but we decided to go ahead with it because of one cartridge. One very, very special cartridge.
Some kind of 32-in-1 Japanese game cartridge, I don't know.
Yeah. Funny thing is, we were so extremely pleased with ourselves in that very moment. I mean, it was unbelievable. But I think that was just because we were so hyped to have finally found something.
After going through the flea market several times over, our hype quickly turned into disappointment.
Yeah, I mean, I found some other games for my PlayStation 2 collection, but nothing really worthwhile. And let's be honest, you can find PlayStation 2 games anywhere. I mean, they're all over the place.
Oh man.
First, we bought one of the games without checking the disc for scratches.
Rookie mistake.
And it's such an obvious thing to do!
You know, we were just about to call it quits. Because, you know, we were tired, I hadn't slept all night. We didn't really find any games, so the day kinda turned out to be a bust.
Plus, the personal hygiene was just awful.
So we decided to go through one more street for the 3rd time over. And then we were gonna call it quits.
Steve might not even have seen it if we hadn't been bitching at each other about it. About how crappy this frickin' market had turned out to be. But just as he turned his head to tell me I'm a twat, that's when he sees it. This dude putting this big blue garbage bag on a table. And it was our salvation.
Finally, some games! I saw that Mario Duck Hunt logo stick out like a sore thumb. So we decided to investigate.
What really sucks is that we didn't get this purchase on camera.
To be honest, there were like 4 resellers in that street at that very moment. And they all turned into meerkats the moment they saw that bag. While Obvious is checking out the box, the dude takes a stack of NES games and places them on his table. Boxed NES games.
There I was holding the box. I looked over to the guy selling it, then I looked over to Steve and I saw his expression just completely change. I knew we had something big. I knew we had something great. And I just broke the first rule of flea markets. Don't show that you're excited.
This guy had a complete in-box NES action set. I mean the works. There were booklets in there, it was all covered in plastic, the zapper still worked, Mario Duck Hunt was in there, There was even a 25-year-old receipt in there.
We wanted this thing so badly, it would have made our day perfect. I'm pretty sure we would have paid like 50 euros to get this Nintendo. Just a Nintendo, just in the box. Screw the box, just a Nintendo. We would have paid 10 euros extra for the box. We wouldn't have cared. We would have had a freaking Nintendo. For all this, the dude asked 25 euros.
And I lowballed him at 20. What can I say?
I was like, Steve, the fuck, dude? Let's just take this deal and run. We can start a new life in Mexico.
He countered me with 22 euros. And I said fine.
This guy was gullible enough to sell us a Nintendo for 22 euros. We would have been fools not to try to get the games for cheap too.
So I decided to ask him about the games, and his response was something along the lines of, no, the games are included. They're useless to me without a system.
What was I supposed to do? Hug him? Or smack some sense into him?
I said great. We paid the man and we took off like burglars in the night. Well, it was morning. But still.
Dun, dun, dun.
I don't remember us running away. More like skipping and giggling like little girls.
Loads of spelletjes, nee, dat was good.
Boxen.
Yeah.